Thank you very, 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 very much for being patient with us. We'll be getting started in a minute here. For real this time.
Quick introductions. My name is Mio. I've been into Lolis ever since I was 12, which sounds weird, but I saw a Loli H manga when I was 12. That's how I got into Lolis. Okay. All right. So yeah, because you're Lolis, I was gonna ask you guys, but we didn't have time now. Which Loli would you prefer?
Out of these six.
Left.
Okay.
We'll just skip to one that's more,
So what is a Loli? To me, a Loli is defined by her body type. The original Loli. Okay, wait, yeah. Lolicon is short for Lolita Complex, which is from the famous book Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. So they named it after the book. And yeah, a Loli is based off, from my opinion, her body type. And in this case, we're using Shauna from Shakugan no Shauna. She's a petite girl with a really innocent baby face, with flat chest and underdeveloped hips. And short. I thought I said short. Okay. Now, there's common misconceptions people have when it comes to the category of Lolis, of what they look like, if they are a Loli or not. Now, in this case, this is Sachiko Hojo from Higurashi. She is 100% authentic, and you cannot argue that she is or she is not, that she is not a Loli. As you can see, her age is 12 years old. She has a baby face, she has underdeveloped hips and chest, which is very delicious. And I'm pretty sure that I would get arrested if I were to pursue a romantic relationship.
Sure. Well, first off, show of hands, slow fans, come on. Yeah! So, obviously you guys know who this is. This is Amelia Starlight, a thousands-year-old vampire from Toho Project series. This is 500. I know to go too. 500. Go. Just go. Just saying. So we got qualities of old hag Lolis, as it's called. In Japanese, it's Loli Baba, with Baba being old hag. So far older than she appears to be. She has an underdeveloped body, flat chest. All the time, their hips are underdeveloped, but sometimes they're not. Like with the actual Lolis, it's baby face, short, petite, sometimes. But in this case, they either use like magic or like special medicine or whatever plot device that the story comes up with to keep the young childlike age.
My person's a vampire.
Yeah, probably they will. Depends on who you're asking.
A character who people, for some reason, think is a Loli, but definitely is not one, is like Madoka Kaname from, the famous anime Cruella Magi Madoka. I hope I get that right.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. Anyways, yeah. The reason why people think that someone like her is a Loli is because, she's in middle school and she's short and has a really petite body. But as you can see, if you look at like posters of Monica or scans from the official artist, she actually does have a womanly figure that's starting to develop, and she's kind of over her age.
And it's just the art style. The artist also did a Hidamari sketch. It's just kind of like cutesy art style that
largely the art style, and also we're at the point where we're kind of skirting that boundary between loli and not loli. And there's a lot of gray area in that space. So like characters like Madoka and various others are like I guess Luis from Familiar Zero is in that same area because some people consider her to be a loli, but some people don't.
Okay, so this is Hideo Azuma. He is known as the father of Lolicon because at the time he made a manga called White Cybele, which I hope I pronounced right. At the time, that was the very first Lolicon manga. While back then he just had stuff like Astro Boy or featuring adults. I can't think of a title right now. So if we were to think about lolis, we have to thank this guy.
We couldn't find a full body picture of him, so we just put him on top of Professor Utonium because they both make little girls.
Why was the professor trying to make little girls in the first place?
Holy complex. What if you dad?
Alright, now we get to the end of this. Okay, the very beginning end of the trend of lolis. Throughout the 80s and throughout now to 2004, there's been a bunch of loli shows, but just like a little bit. Most of the time, it's magical girls, which Hideo Azuma really worked on, magical girls, because it was pretty easy. You just get a girl that other little girls identified with, have to be like a superhero, and then you can be badass like such. However, it's just more cutesy, more innocent, not so mature, not so serious. But there is a series like Gunslinger Girl, which actually lolis die. So
Yeah, I mean, that's like, even now, that's pretty big. Like, that's kind of like a taboo. You don't have kids die on the screen. That's fucked up and mean, evil. That makes you a terrible person, but no, it kills people off pretty easily, even kids.
Alright, now in the early years where lolis start to become more popular, especially in 2005 and 2007.
Especially with like an older audience, because they realize they can market to them.
So in 2004, we start to see start of Pretty Cure, which is a really famous magical girl franchise, which is still going on today, kind of like Super Sentai, just with magical girls. We have Rose and Maiden, a really popular series, which is getting a third season this year, and Magical Girl Miracle Nanoha,
Which is the only one that matters.
which is a really it kind of pushed the boundaries on what magical girls can do. I mean, before it'd be like Sailor Moon, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna use my final attack, you're dead.
They just shoot a heart-shaped laser that, purifies them or something and makes them not so evil anymore. But no, they just shot the crap out of each other. You're dead.
Until they're best friends.
Yeah.
2005, we get Dobro-chan. Okay, Negamai has one lolly, not really important, I just like to mention it. But yes, Dobro-chan was a story about a girl who's 12 years old, tries to stop the main character from making an evil, quote-unquote, evil world where every single girl looks like a loli, no matter her age.
Not so evil in some people's eyes.
And then we get second seasons of second season of Rose and Maiden. Ace is where Magical Girl Miracle Nanoha starts to take off as it becomes much more actiony, much more like a super robot show with lasers and blasts and.
Yeah, now you think about it, you have to wonder why did it take somebody so long that, in Japan, you got giant robot anime, you got loli anime, and it took them this long to figure out putting the two together is an amazing idea.
that's when the franchise really takes off. There's Magical Girl Lyrical Nanaha movies right now. It's still going on, or?
I don't. They haven't made a Strikers movie yet, so
Oh,
it's
it's
probably coming.
Strikers sucks because they grow up.
But we get new ones.
Okay. 2006, the tour continues. Then we get Higurashi, which was Sadako was from earlier. Lolly guy there too.
Yeah, this is where we get back into the whole Loli killing stuff.
Yeah, this is where, we realize, hey, the audience can handle Loli's dying, and they don't have to flip off. Just, yeah. No.
I see.
2007.
Lovely Central.
Alright, and now this is our era right now. Where the general audience of Japan start to realize what they like exactly from Lolis. But,
Not killing each other?
series like Haruhi, like Lucky Star, most of the time it's from adapted from light novels, or the Lolis are like slice of life comedy series. But let's see, 2008. There's Zettai Character, which is kind of like X-Men of Lolis, isn't it? Girls. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. It's like X-Men, and yeah.
But it's more like a gag, like show.
You want to talk about Strikers?
Do I want to talk about Strike Witches?
Yeah, let's talk about Strikers.
Do you want us to go overtime?
Okay, anyways, Strike Witches, Strike Witches is one of the first anime shows that realized, like you said, you took it like a mecha show and a Loli show combined together.
I'll try to keep it quick. Okay, so Strike Witches is where they started this trend where you take military history and then you combine it with, blood and lolis and make it more interesting to the general otaku population in Japan. And it really took off. And no, they are not panties, they're just pants.
In their universe, everybody walks around in panties and it's completely normal. Nobody questions it. Yeah, it's never actually addressed why they're wearing panties. But during this time, there's a lot of like gag series that involve like all these like a bunch of group of girls and they're just doing daily life things. I'm not necessarily I'm saying all of it. All of those kinds of shows are, but a lot of like shows that involve all these are just kind of like gag, one gag.
Yeah, starting to.
Like for example, anybody seen Kohime Muso? Okay, that's pretty similar. It's based off Age Game, but the anime completely discarded the plot from that and basically made it almost like a slice of life about just the random girls from the series. So stuff like that, basically filled with fluff.
But on the subject of just having Lolis, just doing whatever, 2009, we have just Lolis playing mahjong. And 2010, we just have Milky Home and Ikamusume. Just have girls just look cute and do stuff, but in a funny way.
Or gag series, basically.
I mean, I have no problem with that. I wish it could be serious sometimes, like Gunslinger Girl. 2011, while they had more stuff like that, like Yuri Yuri and Nichijou and Rokubi, they do have stuff like Usagi Drop, which I think is a really great anime series where we see the development of a girl as she grows up. And
we have stuff like Gossip, which is really awesome. Yeah? Anybody?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah, this year we had 2 detective series featuring Lolis as the detectives, Ghosted and Kami-sama no Metro-chan. So I'd like to see us.
Actually, can I say something? So on a very similar subject to with Gossip and a couple other shows like Tomodachi ga Sukunai, there's a trend where there's Lolita type of characters, which is you might think it's the same thing as Loli, but they're actually very, very different terms, and they kind of overlap sometimes. Like you'll have a Loli character that dresses as Lolita, but they're not the same. So be careful not to get those mixed up, because people from both sides who like the 2 different ones can get upset.
Very offended.
They can get upset about that. They're both awesome though.
But as I was saying, I just like to see more series where, yeah, we have intelligent Lolis, but we want to see like how they do it, like their journey into being so smart, people's reactions, like their school life, like yeah.
Another note, I bet those people, on those military history, ancient warriors and such, I bet they're rolling in their graves knowing that in modern day, people turning them into little girls and fawning over them.
Next, 2012, we have more.
What are we doing now? Sorry. Yeah, okay.
2012, we have more series like Oda Nubada, where they get historic figures turned into lollies. Girls on Panzer.
Anybody watching Girls of Panzer? Anybody looking forward to like the OVA and the movie that's coming out? Yeah.
Tiger Tanks.
Yeah, Girls on Panzer to continue the military things, which make the girls. They can do serious stuff like military action. People are going to eat that up.
Yeah, the interesting thing here is that they actually have staff that worked on Strike Witches and also Apote, and I think also Sky Girls, like their military advisor guy that was working on it, and also the character designer from Strike Witches is also working on Girls on Panzer. So there's a lot of overlap with those similar series.
2013. These are a bunch of. The great thing about 2013, which is not even over yet, there is starting to have a lot more Oli shows compared to the last couple of years. Yeah, we have Dragon Lollies, we have Lollies. Yeah, Zentai, Yole, the
I seem to just like to pair lollies up with pretty much everything. Dragons, tanks, fighter planes, whatever you can think of. Just throw Moe onto it.
Yeah, GJ Boo, the GJ Club. Another series is just like Lollies and comedy and just having fun. And they're gonna have Miyakawa Kendo Kyofuku, which is a spin-off of Lucky Star, which they're planning to do a second season of, but it's only 3 minutes sadly for this one. Hopefully Lucky Star will only 3 minutes. Now, luckily, this is all coming in the next season. We have the second season of Roku Season 2, Basketball Lollies, Rosen Maiden Season 3, Doll Lollies, Fantasia Doll, even more Doll Lollies.
Well, they fight dolls and cards.
Oh yeah, they use tarot cards to fight.
No, that was the.
Do you remember?
Yeah, the tarot card was the game.
Wait, Genebo, Kakuro, Taiyo, which is Lollies fighting each other with tarot cards. I think it would be pretty cool. We'll skip the other ones I totally forgot. Fate Kalai. Okay, wow, I can't say that. Alien Magical Girl Show. If you guys are a fan of Fate Stay Night or the type of it at all, yeah, Ilya gets her own anime show.
Yeah! Yes!
And they're gonna adapt Hyperdimension Neptunia.
Though it's kind of like a spin-off. It's not actually based off the game directly.
How does adapting work?
Huh?
How does adapting the bird game?
I think so. Yeah.
We're not really sure what they're adapting. We got a summary actually of what they're.
Either way, it's a new show with lollies.
Yes.
All right.
Well, we kind of rushed through it a little too fast. We thought we got plenty of time.
Yeah. Wow, let's do this up.
Yes.
Just go.
Okay.
We're 15 minutes for Q&A.
Yeah. 15 minutes for Q&A. Yeah. So, I just want to make a quick shout out to two websites I used to work for, but they're kind of 18 plus. Just if you're not 18, don't go.
Everybody cares about that law very much.
If you're underage, just cover your ears. Yes, DC Lolly, Going True Lolly, and Little White Butterflies. They're looking for editors, they're looking for translators, if you're interested in that. Yeah. Well, I'm done with that.
Any questions?
I think there's a mic right there, if you want, but
Yeah, well, take your question.
So what's the 60 plus this year?
because I wanted more people to join. And honestly, I wasn't actually planning to put this on. I just did it at the last minute because
He's easily pressured by people to do things.
yes.
Well, mainly we have the 16 pluses as kind of a safety buffer in case any, like, if we end up talking about like hentai games and other stuff that's a little bit more touchy, racy subject matter.
Honestly, it's just one
I mean,
part.
we might get a question like that like very soon.
Honestly, it's just one part of it, and I didn't think it was a big problem.
Anybody else?
Question.
Yeah.
Would a girl who has stunning development, could she still be considered a lobby?
What do you mean? Like, say that again?
Like, in series 2 hours of the index, one of the characters, a teacher, has stunning development.
Yes, her. No, she is totally a lolly. I mean, if I were, like I said, if I were to pursue a relationship with her, I'd get a question. But I don't think age really matters. Age really doesn't matter. I really feel like it's the body type. Like, for example, we had Amelia Scarlett, who was like 500 years old. And even if you want to do something more realistic, let's take Lucky Star, like the main character, Kanata. She's 18 years old by the end of the anime, I think. Yeah, she's 18, but she still looks like a kid, pretty much.
You know, they could just slap on an age
Actually,
label on
when it comes to Lucky Star, don't even bother with Kanata. Look at her mom.
Yeah, for example, look at her mom.
Her mom looks almost exactly like her. And
Yeah.
Oh my God, they do.
The funny thing is, while we were working on the Satsuko panel on true authentic lollies, we were having a hard time thinking of popular lollies, that people would not argue that are lollies, because what a lot of series do, yeah, they would get a character, give her an age. I mean, they would make lolly, and then slap any age they want with it, just
Just because
why. If they think it's cute, they think it's moe or anything, yeah, they would do that a lot.
yeah, I'll take your question.
If let's just say that the world's going to blow up, or you could save one lolly. What lolly will that be?
waifu.
My wife, Anki the Mori from Shubakara.
That looks like Creamer's virtual wife from our church.
What lolly would I save? You know, actually, I don't really have to answer that question because she could easily save herself. Nanoma.
How would I save her if the world is blowing up? Well, there would be no more resources. There would be no more food, water. I mean, do we even know of another planet with actual water yet? I mean, exactly. I can't answer that question. I'm not just avoiding it.
You can't answer that question after we both just answered it.
Well, that's
Okay,
because
what's
you
your
guys,
favorite lolly then?
you guys don't think things through. Well, now you're making me confront the question directly. So I'm just going to have to, take the politician way out and say, I can't answer that question at the moment. I'm not sure. I don't know.
He has 2 minutes.
Yeah, I have 2 minutes.
Boo.
Yeah, you.
So why is there such a big gray zone for the definition of non-strict lollies?
Wait, sorry, what was the last part again?
Why is there such a big gray zone for the definition?
Oh, you mean for the
For the not 100%?
yeah, not 100%?
Because art style can influence, whether somebody is a lolly or not, or, they don't have to age properly. People can just slap on any age they want onto any character they want, and then you can argue, I've heard people argue, Edna from Disgaea, they go like, I'm not a lolicon, she's like 1,000 years old. That makes me not a lolicon because she'd be legal. Just because you look like one, but Well, you know, she's really friggin' lolly.
Well, a lot of people just like to argue, basically.
And you know, you can't definitively prove them wrong. So
Yeah, when it really comes down to it, it's down to people's opinions on what they think Loli is. I mean, even I disagree with these guys on what's a Loli and what's not.
yeah, I mean, last year we had people go like, "Oh, the moment I saw Shauna, I left because she's not a lolly." And I'm like,
Anyone else? Yeah.
Your wife and your mom switch brains to get them back in their right bodies. You have to have sex with one of them.
Will she know? Will she know?
Yes, you're conscious.
She'll have memories of this, right?
You are a devious bastard.
And if I were to have sex with my wife, which is on my mom's body, will my mom know that?
She'll know the after effects.
I
It's actually considered.
would go with. Holy boy. Holy crap.
To be honest, I think this is one of those questions that's much better left unsaid. And unanswered. And never considered ever again.
It's unrealistic. It never happened. I'm not sure.
I'll go with my wife who's mine in my mom's body. My mom will make fun of my performance. Anyone else?
Anybody else? Questions, comments, anything?
Yeah.
Is there a Lolis show or manga that you'd like to see that you haven't seen, like it hasn't been made yet?
Do we count Sam and Jerry from Biscuit Hammer as Rolling? No, right now. Yeah. Yatsuba. Yeah, Yatsuba. Totally.
I know I'm receiving that.
Yatsuba. Okay.
You had a question too, right?
Yeah, so I want to ask on top of that, so according to you, an artist has a capability of either packing something that's not lolly into a lolly or vice versa. Is that correct?
I do think that. I mean, if they draw a character clearly as a child, then, you know, they are a child.
Well, actually, a good example of that is in the Toho Project series. You know, that there's all sorts of fan art in that series, but you'll have different artists take the same character. One of them's going to draw her as an adult. One of them's going to draw her as a teen. One's going to draw her as a lolly, and so on and so on. Then you've got to think about it. Which one's actually that character? Like, which one's like the proper like portrayal of her? I mean,
Proper
you guys,
portrayal of